Hey guys, so as promised, here's my Macabre Faire Afterthoughts video. This is going to be in the same format as my Wicked Faire Afterthoughts video. So I'm going to be showing you footage from my trip and supplement it with additional commentaries. And again, these are all going to just be footages that I am allowed to show. Anything that features Steamfunk Studio is property of Steamfunk Studio, and so those you will have to wait for later time. Okay? So anyway, here we go. Oh, by the way, Macabre Faire was freaking amazing, and even now, after wow, it's been nearly almost a month now. It's been almost a month now after Macabre Faire, and yet I can still remember it like it was, well, I can't say like it was yesterday, because that wouldn't exactly be accurate. Like it was last week. Okay, there we go. It was a really memorable weekend, so I can still remember most of that weekend because it was so memorable and because it was so amazing. Anyway, here we go. Good morning, guys. It is April, Friday the 13th, and day one of Macabre Faire. So it is now 10:30. Gotta fill up on gas, visit an ATM, and then I'm on my way to, I think it's in Long Island, or it's like somewhere around there, right? Anyway, more on this later. Is it sad that I find $4.03 per gallon to be a very exciting price drop for gas? I mean, it's still pretty expensive, but at least it's a whole lot better than $4.08 per gallon, you know? Remember those days when $20 was enough to fill your tank? Anyway, on the road now to New York for Macabre Faire. Current time is 11:05, I think. Yeah, 11:05. Estimated time of arrival will be 12:34. Let's see how we do today. Crap. Not even out of Connecticut yet, and I'm already experiencing traffic problems. Wonderful. Alright. Now leaving Connecticut, entering New York. Good old New York traffic. Yep. Alright, so my GPS just had me driving through the city, going through all these turns,
continue 3.5 miles, then take exit 22A East. Okay,
so I just want to talk about those turns and bridges that I just mentioned. The turns, they weren't that big of a deal. Okay, I mean, sure, I was going through a crowded city, and I was unfamiliar with the road, so I didn't know exactly what the turns were going to look like, but I got through those just fine. The bridge, or what I suppose they called a bridge, it was this, okay, let's say this is a normal bridge, okay, alright? You have maybe 2-3 lanes on the one side of the bridge, so you can have like 3 cars in, blah blah blah. You know what I mean, right? Okay. So let's say that this is it's the size of one normal lane, and this is the bridge. The bridge that my GPS had me going on was not on this bridge. It was on this bridge. Okay, apparently there's a little bridge next to the connected to the main bridge. Alright? And when I said this was the length, the size of a normal lane, it was like half a lane. It was just wide enough so that my car can actually get through it. Alright? And unlike the main bridge here, which has all these girders and stuff guarding all the people inside it, this bridge here had a little railing. And it was overlooking water. I could see over the bridge while I was driving. That was some scary shit there, okay? If I had known that my GPS was taking me to that bridge, I would have purposely taken a wrong turn so that I could avoid this little tiny bridge. I mean, now that I think about it, shouldn't that be like a bicycle bridge or something? Not a car bridge? Why? And my GPS had me going onto this bridge. Traffic control was having people go onto this bridge. This is not a safe bridge. Why? This is not a safe bridge for vehicles. Why? This should be a bridge for motorcycles. No, well, for bicycles and pedestrians. Why? Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Continuing on.
On right to I-678.
Yeah, and I was wondering why she was having me weave through this city, and then it occurred to me, I just remembered that I had told her to avoid all tolls. So that's exactly what my GPS was doing, avoiding all tolls. Alright, product works. By the way, yes, I was in fact referring to my GPS as a she. Got a problem with that? Moving on. Alright, almost there. No more exits, no more highway, no more weaving through streets. Almost there. Estimated time of arrival, 1:02. Right now we are 12:54. So almost there. Nope. I mean, we did get to avoid all the toll booths and everything, but I'm starting to wonder if it was even worth it to go through all that trouble and traffic. Pretty sure going through all the toll booths would have been a whole lot faster. Oh well, almost there. Alright, well, finally arrived at the destination. Time is now 1:26. So, just gonna hang around waiting for the crew and to check in. Alright, well, that's weird. Anyway, alright, so I was just inside and now I'm back out here. Not really much going on at the moment. They're still setting up, and I think it actually officially starts at 5 p.m. Yep, 5 p.m. By the way, yeah, this was not an official schedule or anything. In fact, they didn't really have an official handout schedule. This was something that we got. It only covers Friday and Saturday. Anyway, I'll show you what they did for a schedule later. So, and right now I'm just waiting for the crew. they're about an hour away. So, yeah. Well, that is it for right now. What an exhausting day it has been so far. Mostly did a lot of walking around, not so much panel filming. Anyway, as I was saying, in fact, there hasn't really been a lot of panel filming because originally I had thought that Steamfunk was going to have some panels, doing some panels this weekend. Nope. They are actually emceeing the event, so. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, Steamfunk Studio, Tillis crew, and account name Slick Brass are emceeing Macabre Faire. So no panels. Oh, so I found out that Macabre Faire is sort of like a goth con, pretty much. At least that's what it seems like it's been. It's still a pretty fun day. It's a long, exhausting drive down here. As I had said earlier, I told my GPS to avoid all tolls, so I'm guessing it took that into account and gave me the most complicated driving directions ever. So I don't know if on Sunday I will have my GPS continue to avoid the toll booths, or if I'll just choose the fast and easy route and just pay the toll. Oh no. Because I was already pretty tired this morning to begin with, and now I'm just exhausted, so.
You're still here?
Yep.
Go join the party, dude. Come on.
No, I was down there already.
Well, let's go again.
Well, folks, you heard the man. I'm out. That, by the way, was Dr. Kovacs, the ship's doctor for the Tillis crew. Alright, so that was day one of Macabre Faire. A lot of driving in the beginning. That was a given. It's all the way in Long Island after all. Anyway, the first event of that day was Neo-Victorian Fashion Show. Neo-Victorian Fashion Show. Now, I do watch fashion shows, and so I did find this interesting, okay? I watch fashion shows like Project Runway, let's say, okay? So I was treating it as sort of like the season finale, basically. So, yeah, a lot of interesting looks there. A lot of it seemed like lowly goth and lowlies in general, but overall not bad. Anyway, got some footage of that. After that, I just followed the crew around as they pimped various panels and events to anyone who was in the building at the time. So, and that is it's always so much fun to just watch them work and run around telling people, go here, go there, go see this, go see that. I love it. And I love them being able to follow them around and record everything. And you know my thing with practical exercise. With all that gear on me, that was a workout, okay? That was a workout, following them around up and down the stairs too. So, yeah, always a pleasure to work with them. Let's see, after that it was Deep Rising, a rock metal band. They weren't too bad. Got some footage of them as well. After that was the Treats and Greets. I did not go to that one. I don't believe so anyway. The Undead Comic Performs. I did not really record that one either. I believe at the time I was getting dinner at the hotel, in fact. Now, this wasn't exactly con food, alright? It wasn't exactly bar food either. Well, yes it was, but it was so much better than that, you know? It was really, really good stuff. And for the price that we paid, we got a lot of food. Like, the first night, I thought what was it? I thought it was like, okay, it's $7 for this. I don't know. But I was like, okay, so it's like for this. And I thought it was just going to be for this. Whatever this was. Because I don't quite remember. So I figured, okay, it's just going to be that. So I'm going to order some onion rings as well. When I get the order, a plate this huge. Alright? And then a plate of onion rings. Obviously I over-ordered. I had no idea it was going to be that big. And, oh, Philly cheesesteak, that's what it was that I ordered. It was a Philly cheesesteak, and they had some waffle fries along with it, and coleslaw, I believe. Yeah, so that was a lot of food, actually. And I was not expecting them to have that much on the plate for the price I paid. So, sweet deal. And this was at the Best Western Hotel. Alright, so there's that. And let's see, like I said, Undead Comic performs. I did not record it, but I did get to see it because at some point that evening they pulled away the wall that was separating the main events stage from the bar, so everyone in the bar could see as well. And when this comic got up on stage, it was like, and so I thought that was going to be his act. You know, he was going to tell jokes like a zombie. And so that would have been hilarious. That would have been great. You know, that would have been really creative and interesting. Unfortunately, that whole thing was just him clearing his voice. And after that, he started telling jokes with a normal voice. And so, I mean, yeah, it got some laughs and stuff, but, in my opinion. So, that was that. After that, there was Social Gathering, Baron Misaraka. Baron Misaraka. Singer, yes, he was really great, by the way. He sang a lot of classic Frank Sinatra, I believe. Baron Misaraka, music, retro vampire lounge, and goth electronica. So there you have it. After that it was DJ Music, which I'm guessing was their version of the rave. And so I went to that for a short while, left, and I believe it was bedtime from there. Possibly? Huh. Was there anything else that happened that day? Nope. I don't believe so, no. Alright, so it was bedtime, and end of day 1. Now on to day 2. Good morning, everybody. It is day 2 of Macabre Faire. Word of advice: do not sleep in a chair in a sleeping bag. You're just going to spend the entire night trying not to slide out of the chair. Anyway, this is our room as it is right now. There's 6 of us in this room. I was attempting to sleep in this chair in that sleeping bag. Spent the entire night trying not to slide out. Alright, day 2. I'm so tired. Alright, let's try it again, but less whiny. Whew. Man, I'm exhausted. I mean, it has been a rather long day of walking and standing around filming. Just a long, somewhat miserable day. But then again, seeing as sleep is an important factor to how your mood will be during the day, and I did not get any sleep last night. That's most likely why I'm so miserable right now. Because I'm pretty sure when I go back and review all my videos from this weekend, I'm gonna see just what an awesome con this has been. Just right now, the exhaustion is probably just getting to me, and so everything just seems very miserable right now. Like throughout the day today, in between them filming, going to events and filming and whatnot, I've just been coming back to the room to rest for the next event. By the way, that orange band that's on my arm, that's the Macabre Faire badge. That's right, I kept the badge for Macabre Faire. I keep the badges for all the conventions I go to. Well, all except for Anime Boston, which has been the only convention whose badge continues to elude my collection. One of these days, Anime Boston, one of these days, I will get one of your badges and bring it home. One of these days. Just not next year. And obviously not this year. Anyway, back to the video. Napping hasn't exactly been easy today either. So it's like I go to an event today, come back, attempt to nap, then after a while get up, drag my put all my gear back on, drag myself out the door to the next event, record, come back, attempt to rest again, and repeat. That's been my day so far today for day 2 of Macabre Faire. But like I said, once again, when I review all the videos after I have gotten a good amount of rest, I'm pretty sure I will see that this was a very awesome con, and so I'll get to enjoy it a second time. This time correctly, with rest. So, one thing interesting that I did find out today, so actually really late last night, is that this is actually Macabre Faire's first year. So, I mean, that was really surprising to me, because it seems like it's at least 3 years. I mean, things seem to be pretty organized, and the location is pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's small. They have one main stage and one panel room, but I don't know, it just seems like the location seems a little bit more impressive than GobbleCon's first year. So, yeah, that just kind of surprised me. Although I'm not too crazy about the hotel room. I mean, for one thing, this morning I got up really early, and the rest of the crew were still asleep, so I didn't want to wake anyone up, and so but I had to go to the bathroom. And so I go in. I'm looking for the light switch. I can't find it anywhere. I mean, where did they put the light switch? All I saw on the wall was this dial with 12 numbers on it. I turn the dial, the light comes on, but then it starts to count down for some reason, and after it hits 0, the light goes off. Why? What is the purpose of that? And it's not like it was quiet either, so I can understand if they did that so for people who forget to turn off the light. But it was first of all, it's not a lot of time. Second, it's still pretty noisy, so people in the room will still wake up from that. So I don't know what the whole point of that was. And I go back outside, look around the wall, and sure enough, the light switch is outside of the bathroom. Who designed this hotel room? Honestly, that's like the weirdest way to set up the lights. I would also like to point out that half the bathroom was in the room and half the bathroom was in the bathroom. Okay, so we have the shower and the toilet in the bathroom. Okay, good. For obvious reasons. We have the sink and the mirror in the main room. Okay, I can live with that. Except, like I said, I got up early. I wanted to get ready for the day early. If I had turned on the light for that sink area, everyone in the room would have woken up. Alright? So, brushing my teeth, spiking my hair, no. Well, then I came up with a brilliant idea of taking my toothbrush with me into the bathroom and just brushing my teeth while I showered. That was my solution to not waking them up. As for spiking my hair, I did the best I could in the dark. Because once again, I got up early, everyone was still asleep. If I had turned on the lights, they would have killed me. Speaking of the lights again, when I said I had reached around the wall and found the light switch, there were 2 light switches. So I had a 50-50 chance of turning on the light for the bathroom or getting killed by the sleeping crew. Luckily, I flipped the right switch. So, yeah, that was a weird bathroom. At one point, I even tried to hold that dial so that it would stop turning. Didn't work out too well. For one thing, how was I going to hold the dial while taking a shower? That didn't make sense. Okay, anyway. Once again, cramped space, 6 of us, me on this chair. This chair is actually a whole lot more comfortable without the sleeping bag. Anyway, I have maybe half an hour before the next event. Time to hopefully get some nap and get some rest. Alright, so I would like to revise what I said earlier about being miserable. I mean, now that I think about it, there is one thing I can immediately think of that made this weekend worth it. No, I should say highlight. One thing that has been the highlight of that clanking noise in the background is a telltale sign that a cat named Slickbrass is approaching. Alright, so I would like to make a revision to what I had said earlier today about feeling mostly miserable. Immediate thought, there is one really huge highlight for me for this weekend, and that is having the chance to record one of Victoria Belmont's performances, and not too long ago, I had the chance to meet her again. So, Oh my goodness, I did not just do that. Ah, that's it. I've gone nearly 2 days without sleep. I'm starting to get delirious. Anyway. Right now just trying to rest up a bit before the next Geek Girl production show. So, what the hell is that? I hear bells. Alright, so that was the end of day 2. I've already told you about my morning story, so let's get on with the day, shall we? First up was the Wandering Cellist. Wandering Cellist is a friend of Steampunk Studios, I believe, so obviously got some footage of him performing. We're going to be using that footage for like a promo reel, I believe. A highlight reel, that's it. It was actually really good too, so I quite enjoyed that show. Next up we have Kristen Costa Diesel Punk Fashion Show. Again, another fashion show and a great one. I actually liked this one a whole lot more than the Neo-Victorian show, but that's just me. I think I really do much prefer the Diesel Punk over the Neo-Victorian. After that, it was the Majestic Kingdom of Avalon fight show. And that was a really entertaining fight, and it was made even more epic because at that time, the DJ decided to play some music while they were changing up the set for the next show. And the music that was playing at the time when this show was going on was like a song from either Batman Begins or Dark Knight. It was one of those two. It was like Batman's theme or something like that. So that made the fights really epic. Anyway, and after that, it was Geek Girl's Burlesque show. Yes. I got to record the show. I got to record one of Victoria Belmont's performances. Now, I've been watching Cosplay Burlesque, Geek Girls Burlesque, and a whole bunch of their other works. Okay, I've been watching them for a while, and I always enjoy their shows. Okay, and every time I watch their shows on like YouTube and stuff like that, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, it's like not exactly to the extent of dreaming, but I'm always thinking, wow, wouldn't it be great if I could have the chance to record their shows for them? And well, that weekend I got my chance. And it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Steampunk Studio. So I got my chance to record their show, and it was great. So yeah, and I just really wanted to try my very best not to screw anything up, because like I said, after all these years, this was finally my chance to do something like this for them. So hope there will be more chances like that in the future. Anyway, in the meantime, after that, what happened next after that? I think I just went to get some lunch. Yeah, that was just lunchtime after that. After that was Tribal Humps Belly Dancing. Great show. Wandering Cellist again. I recorded him. I think he was like an opening act for Frenchie and the Punk. And now this was the first time I've seen Frenchie and the Punk, and they were amazing. Right? Absolutely amazing. I know most of the crew know about them, and I heard good things about Frenchie and the Punk, and so I did not feel disappointed at all. They were absolutely awesome. After that, it was Tribal Humps Belly Dancing again. And am I missing something? No, not yet. That's the next day. Okay, Tribal Humps Belly Dancing again. Again, another great show. They did like sword dancing also, so that was awesome. After that, it was the Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast. Why do I only have part of it highlighted? Oh yeah, that's right. I was only going to be recording like the beginning of it. Because it's like I've been running around all day and I was kind of starting to run myself ragged. And especially since I did not get any sleep the night before. Really ragged. So just recorded the opening for it, and then after that it was over to the bar to get some dinner. From there, after dinner, back to the room, hopefully to get some rest. I did get some rest, by the way. And get some rest for the final event for the evening, Geek Girls Burlesque Show, number 2. 2 of their shows in one day. Oh man, this was such an amazing experience. An amazing opportunity too. So, and this time I had like 2 cameras set up. One being my new 1080. Yeah, it was a 1080 HD camera. Had that one set up straight on, and then I had my other camera, my standard def camera, set up on the side, and I figured the side was going to be a pretty good spot to get like a nice view, nice angle, and stuff like that. Unfortunately, so did everyone else. A lot of people were standing in that corner. So, and that was just one of the many problems I had that night. The other one? Okay. When I'm at an event that's going to be that loud, I turn off the autofocus on my cameras. Because I know from experience, loud noises plus autofocus equals the camera not being able to focus because of the loud noise. So I turned off the autofocus, and I manually focused the standard def camera. Unfortunately, it was also dark in there, so I couldn't get a clear focus. It couldn't focus properly onto the center stage. Not that that would have really mattered anyway, because they weren't performing on the stage. They were performing on the floor in front of the stage. So I had to, so it was a lot of manual focusing that night. Anyway, but that's not the worst of it. Now, my new camera did fine. Okay, it focused fine and everything. Only problem with that, with this one, was directly in front of me. Well, not directly in front of, but somewhere in the front of the row, there was this guy, and he had on a cowboy hat, and so that kind of blocked part of my view. So yeah, there's that. And then of course, once again on the side, that camera, where everyone thought was going to be a great spot to stand, at one point someone had stood in front of the camera, so lost visual there. And then at another point, someone had bumped into the tripod, thus pushing the camera out of the way. So I lost visual there again. Not that it would have really mattered, since the camera did not focus properly anyway. So I've waited all these years for this opportunity, and that night, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And I feel so disappointed in myself, and I know I'm probably just over-exaggerating this right now, but it's just how I feel, you know, to finally have that opportunity and to, in my opinion, blow it. So it was still a great show though. Anyway, so after that show, it was back to my room, get some rest, but not for long though, cause immediately after that, we went to hang out with the Geek Girls production crew, which highlight of the weekend for me, guys. It was highlight of the weekend for me. Got to hang out with like I said, the Geek Girls production crew, which will be Victoria Belmont, obviously, and that weekend she was going by her other name of Holly Ween. Anyway, so Victoria Belmont, Christopher Lee, Chris Lee. For those of you who know him from back in the days when he was performing with Cosplay Burlesque, Lo Hung, remember him? Know him, possibly? Got to hang out with him. A fan of his work also. So, got to hang out with Jess Pike and Karen Alice. Attica Wild had to leave early that evening, so that's okay. And of course also the Steampunk crew. So that was a great night, and that was like the one of the many highlights of that weekend. Let's see. So, recording the first Geek Girls production show. Highlight number 1. Recording the second one. Highlight number 2. Getting to meet Victoria Belmont. Highlight number 3. Getting to hang out with the crew of Geek Girls production. Highlight number 4. And getting a hug from Victoria Belmont. Oh, I'm such a fanboy. Okay, anyway, so that was day 2. And now on to day 3. Good morning. Today is Sunday and day 3 of Macabre Faire. Motorcycle. So for most of yesterday, I guess I was pretty miserable. But last night did end on a really good note. More on that later. Alright, I already told you what that high note was. So anyway, yeah, I didn't really record much for that day. I was mostly busy that day, trying to get everything done, running around from this panel to that panel and whatnot. And oh yeah, that and plus packing up my stuff so that we could check out of the hotel room. Anyway, so right now I'm just checking the schedule for that day, and yes, this is what I did for the schedule for the weekend. And because what they did was, because the venue was small enough, all they had to do was put a whiteboard in a central location where everyone's was going to have to be passing anyway. So they put a whiteboard up, and they wrote the schedule on that whiteboard each day. And each day I would just go to the whiteboard and take a picture of the schedule. And so anyway, and this is actually pretty ingenious. You save on money for like schedule printouts, and you save on paper too. So just saying. Anyway, let's see. That day we started out with Living Dead Mafia. Living Dead Mafia, 2 zombies, playing drums, singing, telling jokes. Good stuff. In fact, one of them was the Dead Father. And shortly after the Living Dead Mafia show, a account named Slick Brass had gone to... Shit, no. So after the Living Dead Mafia, it was the... what was it? Glass Box Fashion Show. And a third fashion show. Unfortunately, I did not get to see this one, but I did have it recorded. And I wasn't there at the time because I was filming what is known as a pimp review. Basically, that is an interview, but that is when a account named Slick Brass is interviewing someone. And this particular one, it was the Dead Father. So, account named Slick Brass interviewing the Dead Father. And normally, it would be the nerdy duo that would be recording these pimp reviews. But for one reason or another, the duo were unable to make it to Macabre Faire, and so that honor fell onto me. And so, awesome. But I was kind of nervous about that because This would have been the first pimp review that I had recorded for them, and I was trying my very best not to mess things up. So I was practically holding my breath the entire time also. So I tried my very best to give them like the best angle and remain as quiet as possible, best focus as possible, and of course 1080 HD video. And I just really wanted to do a good job with this pimp review, you know. So anyway, after that it was the Psyche Core and Wandering Cellist musical performance. Great job. After that it was Mean Mary. She plays a mean banjo, also guitars, awesome. Ignite Violet. They had played the previous night. I just didn't see it. Some of the crew did though, and they said it was absolutely awesome. So went to see it, recorded it, and you know what? They were awesome. Definitely go see them if they are ever around. After that it was Green Veil. Didn't record much of this one, but still awesome stuff. So they were pretty good from what I did record. So let's see, was there anything else that day? Oh yeah, let's see, there was Cucina Aurora, Recipes for Romance. Basically what this was, and I'm going to do my very best not to botch the description here. Talking about love food, basically. And by love food, I don't mean just like aphrodisiacs. I mean like cooking with love, you know. It's very Wiccan, pagan, spiritual stuff, and I found this really fascinating. And during the whole show, I was just thinking how I wish my girlfriend was there to see this with me, you know. So anyway, it talks about cooking with love, obviously, having a positive energy in cooking, and instilling, I think that's the word, instilling that positive energy into the food that you cook, and then serving that food to someone that you love, and stuff like that. So again, I really hope I did not botch the description all that much. Let's see. And last thing of that day was Repo, the genetic opera with Zen Shadowcast. Now, I did not record this. I think I wanted to, I'm not sure, but I don't know why I didn't record it, but I did record the pre-opening to the show. So yep. After that, it was back to the bar for dinner, I believe. I believe it was dinner. Well, anyway, that was food, I think. And after that, Homeward Bound. Actually, before Homeward Bound, there was hanging out with the crew, and then Homeward Bound, I think. Yeah, so anyway, that was Macabre Faire. And like I said earlier, this was Macabre Faire's very first year. And so, holy crap. Well done, guys. That was an awesome first year. Damn. And so I'm definitely looking forward to Macabre Faire next year. In the meantime, this June 30th and July 1st, they are having the Macabre Faire Film Festival. Basically independent film festival. So yeah, Steampunk is going to be there, and I might be there as well. Alright, and in the fall they're going to have Macabre Faire Grim Gathering. So you can probably imagine what the theme of that one's going to be. By the way, this is their program guide. So anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to Macabre Faire next year. And I most likely will go to the film festival. Most likely. And so, yeah, once again, great job. Oh. And once again, great job, TwitchTwitch Productions. TwitchTwitch Productions. Yeah. Tongue twister. And next week, Steampunk is going to be at Steampunk World's Fair, and I will too, so hope to see you guys there. Go and see Steampunk World's Fair, and it'll be great. So yeah, go see it, enjoy it, meet the crew of the Steampunk studio, and I think I'm rambling now, so this has been a long recording session. And yes, it has been a really, really long recording session. At one point my camera died because I was recording for so long. And obviously from the change in lighting, I've been recording all day since I got home from work. So later guys.